Hey guys, I put a little PowerPoint together to teach you about some of the common backyard birds that you can find all around Georgia. I picked some of the ones that you might have a little bit better chance of seeing, some of the more vibrant colors, uh, more the common birds. But yeah, let's get started. So here are a couple of backyard birds you might find. These are great to go look at whenever you're on a walk, you're riding in the car, because the quarantine thing's been going on. You might notice them outside your window, and you probably hear them when you first wake up in the morning. A couple of these are pretty loud. So for our first one, I have the northern cardinal, also known as the redbird. And you can see in the bottom picture right here, this is the male, and the males are red, and they've got the really vibrant colors they use to attract a female. And up top, we have the females, which are more of a reddish olive color. They've got their red wings. I think it's funny that they have little mohawks. So 90% of their diet consists of weed seeds, grains, and fruits. So they're little, scavenger birds, foraging really, that go around and take a look at and try to find stuff off the ground. Whenever you hear the males singing, they're either attracting a female or they're marking their territory. They're a bit of aggressive birds, and they don't like other male birds in their territory. They also eat beetles, cicadas, grasshoppers, and snails. A little more protein that they can get in their diet. So you call them foragers. So yeah, and the predators that they have include hawks and eagles. So the hawks and eagles will try to attack them, but when they are young and their eggs, they might get some snakes. Actually, house cats can come in there and they'll try to eat their eggs. Another bird that I have is the blue jay, and the blue jay is probably my favorite. It is a very, very bright blue bird with a white belly. Uh, they primarily feed off of nuts, fruits, arthropods, and small vertebrates, so they're omnivores too. They're very territorial and vocal. I've seen a blue jay and a cardinal fight over a little territorial debate that they were having. And their predators also include hawks and owls, that they'll attack them when they're young, their eggs, and when they're adults as well. And these things, blue jays are pretty aggressive too. If they have a hawk or an owl that gets too close to their territory, they'll go after them. They'll try to chase them away. They're not going to back down. So our next bird, we've got the brown thrasher, which is actually the Georgia state bird there. And brown thrashers, they're more of a brownish color. You can definitely tell them by their big, bright yellow eyes, and they've got a white belly with I would say, black teardrop shape. Um, they really don't get their name for being aggressive. Like the thrasher, you would think they thrash around, but it's actually from them getting down in the dirt and looking for bugs and stuff under the soil. It's because they thrash around in that debris down there. So that's how they get their name. They're omnivores as well. Their diet consists of insects, berries, nuts, and seeds. So right here we have the red-tailed hawk. And the red-tailed hawk is a pretty common hawk. You can usually see them at the top of really tall trees. They like to perch up there and just stalk their prey, and they can often wait up there for hours and hours until they can go find something they can go eat. There are over 14 subspecies around the world. I'm talking like the entire world of different type of red-tailed hawks, and their claws on average are about 1.14 inches, which is pretty big. It's a pretty big talon that they use for hunting. Their diet consists of birds, rodents, rabbits, reptiles, fish. They're big meat eaters. They'll go after everything. You can tell you have a red-tailed hawk by look at its tail right there. They're the only species of hawk that have that type of tail right there. So right here we have the red-bellied woodpecker, which is kind of funny because they don't actually have a red belly. They have that red cap on the top of their head that that's how you know you've got a red-bellied woodpecker. You can hear them drilling into trees. Often sounds like that. That's how you know you've got a woodpecker. It's really funny too. Whenever males are trying to find a female, they'll usually find a sheet of metal something that makes a lot of noise that they can peck into so they can make the most noise. They do that pecking motion in their drilling because they're trying to find bugs that are in these little cracks in the trees. You can see right here that they'll peck into those, and they will try to get little bugs and grubs out of there. It's really cool though, because if you take the woodpecker's head, if its tongue comes out here, it wraps around the back of its head whenever it's drilling. That way it acts as like a cushion, almost like a helmet. So when it's drilling in there, it's not rattling its brain around. It's protected so it doesn't get any type of damage. And yeah, they are hunted by hawks, snakes, and cats. So for our last bird, I've got the Carolina chickadee, and you can identify them by the black cap on their head, and they almost have like a little beard, a little black beard, and the whites of or the sides of their faces are white. They sing a 4-note song that is different from other chickadees, and they actually can breed with I think it's the black cap chickadee, and the hybrids that their offspring, when they breed with them, they have a 3-note song. So I thought that was pretty cool that their song is unique to them by the number of notes. So they often eat insects during the summer, and then once the insects start to die off, and around the winter time they start to eat berries and seeds during the winter. So I hope you all learned a little bit about birds. If you have any more questions, or you're really interested in this, you definitely get some books from your local library, from a bookstore, and I'm sure school library's got a couple good books on some birds. So hope you all enjoyed.